program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate
We are live.
Starring Gary Rossignol of Remax Preferred Group. To be part of the program,
Dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. The number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
Hey, good morning and welcome. It's a gorgeous end of the September month day, and it's a great time to buy a home and or sell a home. Of course, we're glad you're listening to our show, the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. We're going to give you a bit of rock and roll and give you a lot of helpful information about your neighborhood and your house. This morning, I've got a wonderful, caring man that spent his professional life in the field of electricity. He's an electrifying gentleman.
Morning, Gary. How are you?
This is Mr. Greg Hyland, owner of Cooper Electric. Hey. Yeah, they're giving you a standing ovation already. But first, to kick things off, and by the way, if you have a question about electric, anything to do with your house and electric, you can call us at 513-563-1480. If you'd like to win a $10 gift card to Starbucks, answer this question. The longest-running TV variety show that aired on Sunday nights from 1948 to 1971, that's every Sunday night. The host introduced stars like the Beatles, Elvis Presley, the Rolling Stones, and many, many more. Who was the host and or the name of the show? If you know that answer, call 513-563-1480. If you haven't won the past 12 weeks, you are eligible to win today. Again, it's the longest-running TV variety show, aired Sunday nights from 1948 to 1971. And he introduced some major, anybody that was anybody in entertainment was on this gentleman's show. And it was a great show. So 513-563-1480. Cooper Electric, man, you guys have been around for over 70 years.
Well, Gary, it's glad to be here this morning with you. A company was founded in 1946 when my mentor in life, John Cooper, got out of the Marine Corps. I came to Cooper Electric June 1st, 1977.
Wow.
Hard to believe it's been that many years ago.
Add that up. That's 49 years and 6 days today.
I started September 21st, 1970. I tell people by my 21st birthday, March 12th, 1971, I knew I would be doing it the rest of my life. That's 49 years ago. So I've been very fortunate to fall into something I've enjoyed and really benefited from over the years. Hard to believe it's been 49 years, but I still have a huge passion for this business. I still have a lot of vitality. Enjoy coming out and talking to people like you on these Saturday mornings. Always enjoyed the show very much, and it's glad to be here.
I see that passion, I know. And whenever I call you on the phone and have a little question or problem, you give a lot of in-depth, but it's common sense. You don't talk a lot of technical jargon. You speak to me like a layperson so I can understand.
Gary, I kind of pride myself in that. I enjoy training young electricians. Their enthusiasm is infectious, and I just love that. This past August, I'm very happy and proud that we put 5 young men into the apprenticeship training program.
Really?
With independent electrical contractors. They conduct our apprenticeship program. It's Bureau of Apprenticeship Training, Department of Labor approved, and it's a lot of fun to see these young men come in, and really, as my mentor in life, John Cooper, would say, green as gourd guts. I don't know where he got that expression from, but he used it constantly. But see these green young men come in and then start to progress and watch them become trained electricians.
Mm-hmm.
The program ends with basically taking your test to be a licensed journeyman electrician.
It's not just open to men. Women could get in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, that's for sure. I'm glad you pointed that out.
I ran into a plumber. A buyer had a plumber come to inspect to do the camera scope of the the sewer system, and she was a cute young lady, and she was a one-person operation. She's been a master plumber for 10 years, and she has the same passion for that you do for the electricity end of it.
Well, Gary, I'll give a shout-out to all the ladies that are involved in the trades out there. One thing I can tell you from a contractor owner, they take care of the tools better. So without question, okay? They care. I always notice how they take care of their tools and wipe them down, put them back in the box the way they found them. So they make a great addition to our industry. There's no question about it. They make a great contribution.
And I'm a firm believer that not everyone's cut out to go to college and get a college degree. If you work with your hands and your mind and you have a passion for a particular area, go for it. And you can't learn that in college.
Gary, I always enjoy going out. We have a long relationship with the career technical schools, Diamond Oaks, Scarlet Oaks, Great Oaks, all of the career technical schools in the Cincinnati area, and sometimes they'll prevail upon me to come and talk to parents. And I always start off with saying, we have no jobs. However, we do have some great careers.
There you go.
And if
Yeah.
your son or daughter is interested in a great career with a lot of potential, one nice thing is they've never figured out how to export electricians' jobs to the Pacific Rim. So a lot of opportunity. You're not going to have to worry about your job or your company being closed down and moved offshore. If it is, you just go find another job. Your skills are your security in life. And that's great.
Yeah. Society and technology is ever changing. And I mean, 70 years ago when John Cooper started Cooper Electric, things were a lot different then. So what's one of the greatest changes that you've seen in the time you've been in the business?
Yeah, I would say the digital technology. Things are called PLCs, a programmable logical controller. We used to have a lot of relay logic, mechanical relays that controlled functions. Now we do it with computers, and I would say the only limitation is your imagination. What you can think, what you can imagine, we can make happen. That's particularly interesting when you see the automation in factories that make factories more efficient and make them be able to produce their product more economically to be competitive in really a worldwide marketplace. We do some pretty neat automation projects. We're a very diverse company. We'll come to your house, change a single pole light switch. We'll put in a ceiling fan, change fuses and circuit breakers. At the same time, we have an industrial division that does a lot of automation work, and we have a division called Cooper Power Service that we actually started back in 2013 and deal with a lot of heavy industrial power. So it's a neat business. It's a lot of facets and a lot of stuff happening, particularly with the technology.
Yeah, your only limitation is how little you dream. I'm in the middle of watching a series now, the Star Trek series Voyager, and it's amazing. You look at it, you think it's so sci-fi, but you know what? The things that we saw on TV years ago that we thought was outlandish is happening today.
Well, Gary, I'll kind of expose myself as being a confirmed old duffer, but there was a movie many years ago called 2001: Space Odyssey, and in that movie, the computer HAL kind of took over. And now, with you got it on your desktop, you got Alexa there that you can give instruction to, and that day has arrived.
Our kids and our grandkids are learning that technology when they're 2 and 3 years old.
Yeah, that's just imagine what it's going to be when somebody coming into the apprenticeship program now is celebrating their 50th year in this business.
Yeah.
What's it going to be? Holy smokes! It's hard to imagine.
Yeah, my granddaughter knows how to talk to Alexa. Play so and so song and repeat and repeats it again. Yeah, that's great. Tom Callahan, you got yourself a $10 gift card, and Sarah Mueller, 2 winners right off the bat. How about that? They must be our age. I'm not going to say old. We're not old.
Could be. I really. Yeah.
But the answer was Ed Sullivan, the Ed Sullivan Show. I remember watching his show. Man, that was huge show. So congratulations, guys.
It's hard to believe we only had 3 channels back in the day.
Our kids, they don't
black and white TV.
They don't understand. And at 11 o'clock, that dude came on the screen. There was no TV.
The test pattern.
That.
The Pledge of Allegiance, and then that was it. You had the test pattern the rest of the evening.
5, 9, 12. You had a special antenna. You get channel 19.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. How primitive.
I have young realtors who, we have the cell phones, we've got the electronic lock boxes, we've got the internet, the realtor MLS systems, and everything's at a fingertip. And they say, 30 years ago, you didn't have a cell phone? Yeah. How did you do business?
I remember the first tone pager I ever had. I thought, will wonders ever cease? When they went me to the office, they beat me, and I know to return a call. Holy smokes, what technology.
Yesterday, I negotiated 3 different contracts came in on one of my listings. I negotiated them all, with my phone and with my assistant, Mary Jo. Thank you, Mary. I love you dearly. I couldn't do this without her. But within 2 hours. And back in the day, you'd get a paper-written contract delivered to your office, and you'd call the seller, you'd make an appointment, and you go and visit with them, go through it, and you put it in an envelope, drive it across town to the other agent's office, put it in their Dropbox thing, then they would go pick it up. It'd take 2, 3, 4 days.
Yeah.
We do it in 2 hours now.
That's great.
Everybody's used to it. Oh, we don't want to talk to you. So Cooper Electric has some core values, and that's quality, value, and service. And you take a proactive approach to being current safe.
That's correct, Gary. That's a specialized testing system we use in residence. The rhetorical question always is, if you had an electrical hazard in your home, would you want to find it? Mm-hmm. Well, the Current Safe program that was invented by an electrician from Youngstown, Ohio, named Kevin Dickey, does that. We use 11 different test instruments to go into a residence and literally test every switch, receptacle, and light fixture outlet. And we're so convinced that if there's a hazard, we're going to find it. After we're done, we give you a 5-year warranty. So if anything happens to that system over the next 5 years, most people like Cooper Electric, we warranty our own work 10 years.
Wow.
A lot of people, they're kind of stingy. They'll only warranty it a year, but we'll warranty it 10. We'll actually go in this case and warranty the other guy's work. If we look at it, test it, and are persuaded that it's in good condition, we'll warranty it 5 years. If not, we'll show you in a full report with color pictures and explanations of if it is a hazard, what needs exactly to be done to remedy that hazard.
Yeah.
And if that is subsequently repaired by us, we add it to the 5-year warranty.
Do you use those infrared cameras?
Absolutely. The technology we were talking about just a minute ago is phenomenal. We use an infrared camera, which that is an Ardana science, and it points out temperature abnormalities, which is a great predictor of a future electrical problem. Mm-hmm. We also use an ultrasonic instrument, which is a really elegant piece of technology. It hears above the human hearing range.
Wow.
And it finds arcing and sparking before it becomes a problem.
Wow, that's huge. So I'd like to take this moment and express my gratitude to all the troops, veterans, and first responders. These are the men and women who selflessly strive to keep our nation and city streets safe and free. If you're out and about, ladies and gentlemen, you see somebody in uniform, give them the thank you sign. Go up and shake their hand. Give them a big bear hug and let them know that we recognize them and we are very grateful for all the services that they do for us, and they don't get paid enough. And we need to go away for our first break. When we return, we're going to have a moment with Myles, and we will touch on electrical things to be aware of in your home. So stay with us. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO, the flagship station for FC Cincinnati Soccer, on 1480 AM, now FM 995 and 107.9.
Don't bother knocking in the house is a rockin'. Don't you bother, come on in.
Awareness of electrical hazards in your home is the first step to reducing dangerous shock and electrical-related home fires. Cooper Electric is a Greater Cincinnati provider of Current Safe, an in-depth test of your home's electrical system utilizing revolutionary methods of testing that offers homeowners the opportunity to detect electrical hazards before they become a problem. Trust the electrician with over 70 years experience. Cooper Electric makes safety a top priority in your home by having it become Current Safe. For no-cost consultation, visit cooper-electric.net.
Two legends of rock and roll are back. Roy Orbison.
Only the lonely.
And Buddy Holly.
Well, that'll be the day.
The Rock and Roll Dream Tour, presented by Bass Hologram, a cutting-edge holographic concert experience, performing all of your favorite hits.
Pretty woman, love you, Peggy Sue.
Roy Orbison and Buddy Holly, the Rock and Roll Dream Tour. Taft Theater, October 28th. Tickets on sale now at the Taft Theater box office and Ticketmaster.com.
You wouldn't call an electrician for financial advice, so why let a grocery store fill your prescriptions? Hi, I'm Dan Beebe, owner of Save Discount Drugs in Covington. At Save Discount Drugs, we don't sell shoes, pool toys, or engagement rings. Our focus is filling your prescriptions quickly and accurately, usually in 15 minutes or less. If you're uninsured or have high deductible insurance, Save Discount Drugs offers everyday low pricing on all of our medications. We even offer select antibiotics for just $1. That's right, $1 antibiotics. So call us at 859-431-2857 to see how you can save time and money at Save Discount Drugs. We have free parking behind the store with a convenient back entrance. Save Discount Drugs is located 4 doors north of the Madison Theater at 716 Madison Avenue in downtown Covington. That's Save Discount Drugs. 859-431. Drugs is located 4 doors north of the Madison Theater at 716 Madison Avenue in downtown Covington. That's Save Discount Drugs. 859-431-2857. Or check us out online at savediscountdrugs.com.
Take a step back away from the hurried life you live today and relax. Take a stroll through Covered Bridge Antique Mall. For the past 25 years, they've been the go-to shop for treasure and bargain hunters from the tri-state and beyond. Beautiful antiques, jewelry, collectibles, and one-of-a-kind items. Covered Bridge Antique Mall, a truly unique shopping experience. 7508 Hamilton Avenue in the heart of historic Mount Healthy. 513-521-5739.
The Tri-State Antique Market is Indiana's largest monthly antiques and vintage-only market. The market is always the first Sunday of the month from May through October and features at least 200 vendors selling a wide array of antique, vintage, and retro goods from a variety of time periods, including furnishings, collectibles, home and garden decor, jewelry, early Americana, and pulp culture memorabilia. Adult admission is just $3 at the Tri-State Antique Market, October the 6th at the Lawrenceburg Fairgrounds, 1 mile west of exit 16 from I-275 on the corner of US 50 and Hollywood Boulevard. Visit LawrenceburgAntiqueShow.com.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, thanks for staying with us. I know you won't regret it. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol with RE/MAX Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's rock and roll realtor. And now this is the moment we've been waiting for.
So I'm sailing for tomorrow.
This is the captain of our ship at RE/MAX Preferred Group, Mr. Myles Beardford, with his intriguing moment with Myles. Good morning, Myles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend. Gary, the Trump administration has unveiled its planning for privatizing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the two mortgage finance giants that nearly collapsed in the financial crisis 11 years ago and were bailed out at a total cost to taxpayers of $187 billion. The two companies perform a critical role in the housing market. Together, they guarantee roughly half of the $10 trillion U.S. home loan market. The Treasury said in its report that the housing finance system is in serious need of reform. The new plan would make the companies privately owned, yet government-sponsored companies. Their profits would no longer go to the Treasury, but would be used and built up as a cushion against possible future losses. If you would like to read about this in its entirety, the report is posted on our Facebook page at RE/MAX Preferred Group. And that's this morning's Moment with Myles.
Oh, that's good stuff, Myles. Thank you very much. Trillion with a T. Man, I think it's a good move. I think it's an excellent move. That's good. So encourage everybody to go to that Facebook page, RE/MAX Preferred Group on Facebook. And that was the captain of our ship along with his lovely wife, Christine Beersford. They are the owners of RE/MAX Preferred Group, by the way, which is the largest RE/MAX brokerage in the entire state of Ohio. And I'm proud to be associated and be a member of that family. Thank you again, Myles, for calling in and give us that information. We will have a short visit with Ria Davidson of the Dragonfly Foundation later on in the show, so you don't want to miss that. We have a lot of regular listeners each week. I'm so happy and grateful for each and every one of you. Keep telling your friends to tune in. Thank you, Facebook. If you like what you see in here, like my page. I'd like to shout out and say hi to Carol from South Lebanon. She tunes in every week. Bobby Myers and Gary Rasmussen, Nathan and Charity, who are listening or watching on Facebook right now. Thank you all, and all the other dozens and dozens. We got a lot of realtors that tune in, too. So the show today is brought to you by Cooper Electric, and their phone number is 513-271-5000. Realtors, if you're out there and you're coaching your buyers or sellers that need to have some electrical work, don't be shy to suggest Cooper Electric. There's nothing wrong with it. I did that this week, representing a buyer. It's an interesting situation. The home inspector went through, and they found, which is pretty common for a 25, 30-year-old home, the main service supply cable coming in was frayed.
Yeah, Gary,
Any dangers with that?
Yeah, there is danger, and what happens is those cables that had a kind of a cotton fiber jacket just didn't hold up very well, particularly the ultraviolet sun rays kind of deteriorated those cables. And what they do is they let water leak into the panel, and sometimes that happens without even the homeowner knowing that.
Sure.
The cable acts like an aqueduct, conducts the water right down into the panel, and there's rust and corrosion in there. Those circuit breakers are pretty intricate mechanisms. We drill them out and cut them open so we can show electricians how they work. They're thermomagnetic mechanisms, and the parts inside are not plated. So if they get wet and moisture in there, they will rust. And then the unfortunate thing is they don't work when they're called upon to operate.
Right.
So that is a very unsafe condition. If you have a short circuit or an overload, that breaker not working can result in a severe fire. So you have to be very careful with that, and that's one thing that home inspectors do a very good job of, inspecting the cables and the panels and alerting the potential buyer that there could potentially be a problem.
Right.
And one thing, once the breaker has been compromised, it needs to be replaced.
Right.
It may look good, but you just can't have a microscope to look on the inside of it, and it's for the cost of it. You certainly don't want to compromise your safety.
Yeah, so my fellow realtors, don't be shy if you don't have a trusted, licensed electrician that you refer, that you rely on. Use Cooper Electric, and I'm not shy about it. I put it right in the addendum, Cooper Electric, and the agent says, well, why? I says, because they're the best. And my buyer is paying top dollar for your seller's home. He wants it in good condition, and you don't want to rely on them to bring in their uncle or stepfather or whoever who wired their basement.
Well, Gary, we use top-of-the-line materials. For circuit breakers, we prefer the Square D brand. Anybody in electrical trade will tell you that that's a top-quality brand, probably the top brand in our marketplace.
Probably not the cheapest.
No, sir. No. I always tell people the other manufacturers know what their product is worth and price it accordingly. And we also use specification-grade materials. Specification-grade materials are what knowledgeable architects and engineers specify as a spec grade. You can go down to Home Depot and you can buy a receptacle for 49 cents. Do you really want that grade of material in your home?
Right.
A cup of coffee at Starbucks costs what, $5, $4, whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why would you want to settle for a 59-cent receptacle?
Yeah, these folks are getting a $10 gift card. That'll get them 2 cups of coffee.
There you go. Or it'll get them about 15 or 20 receptacles. Which do you prefer? So,
it just scares me when I go into a completely finished basement. It looks nice, and they've got all these cam lights in the ceiling that they put in, and you go over and there's one light dimmer in the wall, and you go and touch it and it's warm to the touch.
Gary, that's not uncommon. People that are putting in dimmers or have them there need to be very vigilant about the rating on the dimmer. They come 300, 600, 1,000-watt dimmer. And a lot of times people unknowingly, or really without being aware, overload those dimmers. They put too many light fixtures on the circuit. Okay. The other thing, and this is very common these days, if you have LEDs, you have to have a dimmer that's compatible with LEDs.
Oh, yeah.
We call they call us all the time, and they say, my lights are starting to flicker. And we always ask them, did you recently? Oh, yeah, I wanted to get the efficiency of the LED. They take a lot less energy. Well, that dimmer on the wall has to be compatible. That's an electronic device up there you now have in the ceiling, and the device on the wall needs to be compatible with it. The cheaper brands are not. Okay, they're strictly incandescent. Okay, if you look to a little higher shelf, okay, you can find one that's rated for incandescent, CFL, which are kind of going away. That's the compact fluorescents, and the ever popular now LEDs. So it has to be compatible with an LED, and sometimes we'll go out and find that that's the problem why the lights have all of a sudden decided to flicker.
Right.
Other times we'll find other things, loose or defective connections. People think because there's no rotating wear parts in an electrical system, it never needs maintenance. Okay, and I always recommend that people, our current safe service is perfect for people that want to be proactive. People, if you had electrical hazard, would you want to know about it? Why, certainly. Well, let us come in. We have a current safe specialist, a gentleman named Mike Wood, been at Cooper Electric over 20 years. Started with me through the apprenticeship program, became a first-class electrician, and then in 2012, when I acquired the license for current safe, he was the dedicated representative of our company to get all the factory training and all the technical training, how to operate the equipment. It's really nice because those 11 instruments that we use, we put right into the computer at the end of the job. You don't have to wait. Before we leave the job at the end of the inspection, we'll print out a color report. We have a truck that's fitted out with the proper equipment that we can print out a very nice color report before we leave. And then our technician, a gentleman named Ted Vetter, who's done this for many years, goes over it with the homeowner in detail. And then Mike Wood can always come out and have another meeting with the owner to point out what we found and what it would take to remedy those problems.
Yeah. Your current safe system that you have set up, is it a flat rate fee? Is it very expensive?
I'm glad you asked that, because the good news is it starts out with a free assessment. Okay. Our specialist, Mike Wood, will come to your residence. You get the value of the input of a trained, licensed electrician with 20-plus years experience, and he will go through your home and see if it's right for current safe. And then the pricing is very transparent. We can do it right on the kitchen counter, the dining room table, the kitchen table, what have you. And it's a combination of things. It is the size of the house, how many square foot, okay, the age of the home, okay, and then how many sub panels they would have. Do you have a built-in swimming pool? Those sort of things. And there's just a sheet he fills out, and at the bottom, that's the price.
Mm-hmm. So, do most homes need to have an inspection? I mean, do you see more problems with the older homes versus newer homes?
Gary, we've been doing this since 2012, done hundreds and hundreds of these inspections, and there's no consistent pattern. People sometimes say, I don't need that. My home's only a couple years old. You'd be surprised what we find, particularly with backstabbed devices. Unfortunately, it's still recognized by Underwriters Laboratories that you can jam the wire in the back of the device instead of properly terminated on a screw and tighten it down good and tight. Unfortunately, no disrespect to the home builders out there, but it's built by the low bidder. Particularly we have arc fault breakers in new homes that are required by code these days. People get a lot of nuisance stripping. Okay, we trace, find, and fix those problems that are causing nuisance stripping of arc fault breakers. We have the technology. Like I say, I don't want to get too technical. I have a tendency sometimes to go over the top and add like I'm training an electrician, but we have the technology to find and fix problems in all respects.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, over 70% of our business repeat and referral, and I always tell people, I'd like to come out on your show, get the name out, get the publicity and so forth, but the best advertising you can have is a satisfied customer.
Exactly.
Over 70% of our business is repeat and referral. So we know if we work for you today, you go work for you again, and you'll probably refer us to friends and neighbors. And that's kind of nice. That's what's built our business.
Right. Yeah, same with me. I mean, last year, about 82% of my business was from past customers and clients, friends and relatives.
It's really the way you build a business, one customer at a time.
They like what they got. They call you back again and again. That's tremendous. That is Greg Hyland. He is the owner of Cooper Electric, and their phone number is 513-271-5000. If you have any questions or concerns about your electrical system at home, if you have a funny odor happening or that wall switch that's became a little bit warm, or a circuit breaker that keeps popping, or flickering lights, you need to call Greg Hyland and his crew at Cooper Electric, 513-271-5000. We need to go away for our next break. When we return, I'm going to tantalize you with my music history. Plus, we'll talk about 5 maintenance mistakes. No, that was last week. We're gonna talk about some maintenance things that you need to be aware of with your electric system at home and how to save some money.
Thank you.
You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on the flagship station for FC Cincinnati Soccer, WDJO, 1480 AM, now FM 995 and 107.9.
This old house ain't got nothing to lose. I've seen it all for years.
What if, instead of shelling out hefty fees for a few days of legal help, you paid a monthly membership and got a law firm for life? Legal Shield provides affordable, comprehensive, full full-service legal and identity theft coverage. Legal Shield offers personal and business plans that cover virtually all legal contingencies. Contact Gary Rossignol, your independent Legal Shield associate, at 513-543-2513 or visit lsgaryrossignol.com. With Legal Shield, you can live life knowing you have a lawyer in your back pocket. At the same time, isn't emptying it.
Cincinnati's Oldies Network, WDJO, and Omar are proud to present the music of the greatest entertainer of all time, Elvis Presley.
Bright light city gonna
The Elvis Tribute Artist Spectacular Special 2020 Birthday Edition returns to the air on Saturday, February 29th.
Bright light city gonna
The Elvis Tribute Artist Spectacular Special 2020 Birthday Edition returns to the air on Saturday, February 29th, featuring Sean Clush, Cody Ray Slaughter, and Ryan Pelton. Special guests include the Blackwood Quartet and the fabulous Ambassadors Band. Don't wait. Tickets on sale now at CincinnatiArts.org or visit ETASpectacular.com.
through a party in the county jail.
Choosing the right rehabilitation center is an important decision for inpatient or outpatient therapy services. The Advanced Therapy Center at Chesterwood Village utilizes the most advanced equipment available for the best possible outcome. The Advanced Therapy Center at Chesterwood Village features individual treatment plans provided by professionally trained and certified therapy professionals. That includes a speech therapy suite, a HydroWorks pool with a movable floor for low-impact activity, a Mototech C-Mill treadmill for hip and knee replacement recovery, and a MotoMed movie for muscle stimulation and activation. If you have a scheduled surgery, contact Jane at 513-326-0040. That's 513-326-0040 to schedule a tour or visit hillandale.com.
One word that I would have to describe Dr. Peck would be perfectionist. I didn't like pictures taken because I could see my smile was not very attractive. Basically, I'd gotten to the point where I was going to have dentures. And so that's when we started the long journey, despite the time, the effort, the money. I would do this over again. People at work say, your teeth really look nice. And I said, I know, don't they?
For your own beautiful new smile, call Dr. Fred Peck at 513-621-7666 or visit pecksmiles.com.
I'm Connie Birdwell, and I love my new smile.
The action, the excitement, the glory. You love everything about sports, so get in the game with FanDuel Sportsbook. Now at Belterra Casino Resort, Southern Indiana. FanDuel offers spreads, single bets, parlays, and more in nearly every sport. Whatever the bet, you'll probably find it. But there's only one local casino where you'll find FanDuel. Belterra Casino Resort, Southern Indiana. The house is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a side.
You know what time it is. It's time for my music history. So let's look back at what happened today. In 1968, the Beatles started a 9-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with Hey Jude. The Paul McCartney song written about Lennon's son Julian gave the group their 16th U.S. number 1 and the biggest selling single for 1968. In 1996, Julian paid $30,800 for the recording notes to the song at an auction. And today in 1974, Bad Company went to number 1 on the U.S. album chart with their self-titled debut album. Paul Rodgers and Simon Kirke had come out of Free, while Mick Ralphs had played guitar with Mott the Hoople, and Boz Burrell was bass player for King Crimson, all big names. Before the group formed in 1973, they produced 6 albums together before disbanding in 1983. Today in 1974, Canadian singer Andy Kim went to number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with Rock Me Gently. It made number 2 in the UK. You know, Kim was the co-writer of the Archies' Sugar Sugar. Today in 1976, Stevie Wonder released his 8th studio album, Songs in the Key of Life, an ambitious double LP with a 4-song bonus EP. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard chart on October 8th in 1976, becoming only the 3rd album in history to achieve that feat, and the first by an American artist. Way to go, Stevie Wonder. Today in 1991, American jazz trumpeter, band leader, and composer Miles Davis died of a stroke and pneumonia. His 1959 album, Kind of Blue, is a major influence on jazz music. Davis is considered one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century, and so well worth it. Today in 1991, Garth Brooks went to number 1 on the U.S. album chart with Rompin' the Wind. The album spent a total of 18 weeks at the number 1 position and 70 weeks on the chart, selling over 11 million copies. Today in 2002, Madonna was voted the greatest female singer of all time by 75,000 music fans in a VH1 poll. But critics and music fans were unhappy with the position of Kyle Monologue, who was voted into second place, beating Diana Ross, who was 12th, and Annie Lennox, who was 14th. The highest placed UK act was Kate Bush, who was voted number 10. Yeah, she was pretty. Born on this day, back in 1902, Ed Sullivan, the TV host, the Ed Sullivan Singers and Orchestra, he introduced the Beatles and other UK acts to America via his Ed Sullivan TV show. The Beatles' appearance on February 9 in 1964 is considered a milestone in American pop culture. The broadcast drew an estimated 73 million viewers. And Ed Sullivan passed away on October 13, 1974. That was huge. For back in 1964, 73 million viewers on one of the 3 channels we could watch.
Black and white.
We hope you enjoy these fun facts about music history as much as I did to research it and report it to you today. I am called the Rock and Roll Realtor because I play with the greatest classic rock band, Bluestone Ivory. You can see us live and in person on October the 11th at Coney Island for our annual Halloween costume dance. And we'll be at Rising Star Casino on October 19th. Just go to BluestoneIvory.com for our full schedule. And I want to reach out and say congratulations. It's a little early, but tonight, 2 of my very dear friends, Lee and Kathy, are tying the knot. Lee plays bass with the band. Kathy is our group photographer, and they are getting married tonight. And we will be there in all our glory, and we will be playing the reception and attending the wedding, and it's all good. Wonderful folks. I love them to death. So if you want to say hi to a loved one or a friend, your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, whatever, say it with flowers. Call Lutz Flower House, 513-921-0561. And thanks for staying with us. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Cooper Electric, 513-271-5000. And one more real quick announcement. If anybody would be interested in, and I will mention this to the winners of the gift card, if they would like free tickets for the City of Mason and Evening Affair, which is on November the 9th. I got some tickets that are not available to the general public yet. Just call us at 513-563-1480, and I'll send a pair of these tickets out to you this week. Been talking with Mr. Greg Hyland. He is the owner of Cooper Electric, and what a wonderful man. I just love the fact that you take the young men and women who want to learn a trade, something that 49 years and 6 days later can be sitting here grinning from ear to ear saying, I love what I do. And that says it all right there.
Well, I'm certainly grateful to God for that opportunity. And like I say, it's been a lifelong passion of ours to train our own people. When you've been in business as long as I have, you get to know your competitors. Mm-hmm. And I'm very proud of the fact that a lot of competitors will say to me, Greg, where do you get your guys? You got some really great guys that work for you. And I always say, hey, the best advice I can give you is grow your own. go out and get involved in the career technical schools, Diamond Oaks, Scarlet Oaks, Butler Tech, Northern Kentucky has several over there. And you get to know these young people, and you hire them up and train them up. And like I say, their enthusiasm is infectious. And the nice thing about it is you get to train them the way you want to see the work done.
The best way, right?
There's no question about it. My mentor in life, the founder of Cooper Electric, was in the Marine Corps World War II, founded Cooper Electric in 1946, and he was old school. And I came there June 1st, 1977, and had a great run with John, and I were partners for 5 years, so he retired in the summer of 1982. And I'd like to think I've carried on that tradition of craftsmanship at Cooper Electric. And we really pride in doing the job right.
So if you have any thoughts about getting into the electrical career, call Greg.
I'd be happy to talk to young people. I enjoy it, and I can give you the whole, just call me at the office, 513-271-5000. Just ask for Greg. I talk to people every day of the week.
Yeah.
And, I'd be happy to talk to the ups and the downs. When you're in the construction business, it comes with the territory.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to young people that a lot of times you're not going to be in air-conditioned comfort.
Right.
We work in all sorts of industries, okay, where it can be a rough and woolly environment. Now, we take precautions. We wear the proper personal protective equipment, but, if you're working in some factories, they get a little warm. We work in one particular factory where when they turn a furnace off, it takes 2 days to cool it down.
Wow.
So you can only imagine. It's a great place to be when it's 30 below outside.
Let's not scare them away now.
But, I talk to them very candidly, very openly, so that they know what they're getting into. We also do job shadowing. I had a young man that was in 2 days this week, and he's considering a career. We do job shadowing. So if you
let him just follow you around.
Yeah, well, that we put them with an electrician. Okay, we make sure that they get a little training for safety and so forth and so on, and they can job shadow, and it's a good opportunity to see what life is all about when you're being an electrician.
Cool. Two things that can cause major problems in a house, and there are still hundreds and thousands of them out there today. Number one, and I see it a lot, is the Federal Pacific Stay Block Circuit Breaker box.
No question about it, Gary. That is the bane of our industry. And the best advice I can give you is if you have a Federal Pacific panel, change it. You'll be glad you did.
Now.
Yes.
Don't wait.
That's correct. The breakers, if you go out on the Internet, there'll be site after site that discuss the deficiencies of Federal Pacific.
That picture, yeah.
And, I could tell you that certainly that we talked about home inspectors here periodically on the show. That's an immediate flag that they're going to advise the buyer to change that panel. So it's that old like the commercial, pay me now, pay me later. I will tell you this. He had a guy the other day that thought that he could change his panel for $800. I said, "Where'd you get that number?" He said, "I got it on the internet." I guess that's probably back in the 70s because that's when this problem was first recognized. Okay, that these breakers were deficient. They're out of business. And unfortunately, I think you and I are having a conversation of why were so many installed. I said they were nickel cheaper. I could tell you this. They were a stinking nickel, a nickel cheaper, okay? But people being what they are and the competitive drive for a lower price, okay, they use Federal Pacific because it was known for being more economical.
And there's still hundreds of them out there.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And what happens is they just don't function. They may
last
switch
year, a house burned down in Wyoming because of it.
Yeah. If you go on our website, they'll see it was a major house fire, $250,000 worth of damage. That the wiring department has given us permission to use their fire report. If you look on our website, you'll find it. But very fortunately, nobody was injured. It could have been another story had there been somebody.
Now, insurance companies will insure if it has a Federal Pacific circuit breaker box, but they're stopping to insure knob and tube wiring.
Gary, that's unfortunate. I wish I could consult with them a little bit. Knob and tube wiring is still accepted by the National Electrical Code. When somebody says it's outlawed, they are incorrect. And, if they need more information, they can call me and I'll give it to them in detail.
And that phone number is 513-271-5000. If you have any questions or concerns about a Federal Pacific breaker box that you're going to run down your basement or out in the garage right now and look at it and say, holy cow, I've got one of those. You need to call.
Look for the red handle, Gary. There's a little on the handle that you switch back and forth. Okay, if it has red on it, okay, chances are it's Federal Pacific.
Right, exactly. 513-271-5000. We need to go away for our last break. When we return, We're going to have an interview with Ria Davidson of the Dragonfly Foundation. You don't want to miss that, so don't touch that dial. Stay right with us. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on the flagship station for FC Cincinnati. WDJO 1480 AM, now 995 1079 FM.
Awareness of electrical hazards in your home is the first step to reducing dangerous shock and electrical-related home fires. Cooper Electric is a Greater Cincinnati provider of Current Safe, an in-depth test of your home's electrical system utilizing revolutionary methods of testing that offers homeowners the opportunity to detect electrical hazards before they become a problem. Trust the electrician with over 70 years experience. Cooper Electric makes safety a top priority in your home by having it become Current Safe. For no-cost consultation, visit cooper-electric.net.
The Aurora Farmers Fair is one of Indiana's oldest festivals, and this year marks the 111th continuous year of operations with 4 days of quality family entertainment, Wednesday, October 2nd through Saturday, October 5th. Rides for all ages, free stage shows featuring the Triumphant Quartet, the British Invasion, Scallywags, Mark Wills, and the nation's #1 rock and roll review, The Band. Rides for all ages, free stage shows featuring the Triumphant Quartet, the British Invasion, Scallywags, Mark Wills, and the nation's #1 rock and roll review, The Vandells. Don't miss the huge Farmers Parade Saturday morning at 10. Check aurorafarmersfair.org for a complete schedule of events or see their Facebook page. The Aurora Farmers Fair, celebrating 200 years of Aurora, Indiana.
Hi, I'm Robert Nolan of John Nolan Auto Service in Newport, Kentucky. Are you in the market for a used car? How do you know you're not buying someone else's problems? Be smart. Get it inspected by one of my experienced technicians at John Nolan Auto Service. Before your purchase from an individual or dealer, tell them you're going to get the peace of mind of knowing you had a pre-purchase inspection by someone who is on your side. We'll check the tires, test the battery, coolant, belts, filters, bushings, tie rods, CV joints, struts, shocks, brakes, exhaust system, alignment, and more. We'll also test drive the car and give you a written checklist. Normally, this service is $89, but for WDJO listeners only, it's $59. Give my guys a call at 859-261-8833. Mention you're a WDJO listener and get your pre-purchase inspection for only $59. John Nolan Auto Service. Great technicians, peace of mind when you're buying a car. Call John Nolan Auto Service at 859-291-8833 now.
It's happening. Wherever cupcakes are being frosted, songs are being recorded, and engines are being tuned, ADP is designing a better way to work. With industry-leading HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll, more companies rely on ADP than any other HR partner, from small business to global enterprise. See how ADP can help you and your people achieve what you're working for at design.adp.com. ADP, always designing for people.
What if instead of shelling out hefty fees for a few days of legal help, you paid a monthly membership and got a law firm for life? Legal Shield provides affordable, comprehensive, full-service legal and identity theft coverage. Legal Shield offers personal and business plans that cover virtually all legal contingencies. Contact Gary Rossignol, your independent Legal Shield associate, at 513-543-2513 or visit lsgaryrosignol.com. With Legal Shield, you can live life knowing you have a lawyer in your back pocket. At the same time, isn't emptying it.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, we've been rocking and rolling this morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol with RE/MAX Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor, and I've been just pleased as punch hosting and sitting here chatting with Greg Hyland, owner of Cooper Electric, who's just a wealth of knowledge and a lot of information. If you have any concerns or questions, call him this week at 513-271-5000. But next, with her partner, Christine Knightsky, Ria Davidson, and they had this dream about almost 9 years ago when they personally went through a situation with Christine's son at Children's Hospital. And there was formed what's now called the Dragonfly Foundation. They support pediatric cancer families and patients by building a network that connects Dragonfly families to each other and the community, providing programs that enhance quality of life, enhancing programs and partner with Children's Hospital. And Last night was the Night of Courage, and I'll tell you what, it was a fantastic event, and I just couldn't wait to have Ria come on this morning because she comes on every Saturday. I'm so thrilled to talk with her. This is my friend, Ria Davidson. Boy, Ria, you were networking networking nut last night.
We got a lot of money to raise, so it's always trying to reach as many people as we can. And I think I even have a bit of a lost voice this morning.
Yeah,
it's been an exciting week. Plus, with Marty Brenneman and screaming and clapping for him, and yeah, I'm surprised I'm able to talk this morning.
Well, nonprofits never have enough money.
No, oh, that's so true.
Especially an organization like what you do. It was so heartwarming to see the videos that you had on the big screen, especially the video about LJ and the Barnes family and their story. Coming down from Alaska to Cincinnati because of their son, and the list goes on and on and on. And if you go to the dragonfly.org, you can witness many of the different. I love your blog on there, and the Dragonfly Effect podcast, which
we put lots of stories there, and it's a great way for people to kind of hear our impact, and hear their impact. When you donate, or when you wave at a bumper sticker, or you wear a shirt, or you let us on your radio show every week, Gary.
Hey.
It's helping us build this community that surrounds our families with love and support.
Yeah, what I do is absolutely nothing compared to what the Sycamore High School kids. What is it? The third year now they've had their Fashion for the Cure.
Well, it's been going on about 13 years, but we've been part of it for the last 6. And they've raised, these high school kids have raised a total of $148,000 for Dragonfly over the last 6 years.
Not only that, but when they have the fashion show, from what I didn't get this before, but they actually have the Dragonfly kids and families come and be part of it.
Yeah, and the crowd claps for them and goes wild, and it's an amazing event, and these kids just embrace our mission. And even though the event is called Fashion for the Cure, they recognize that we offer a different type of cure. We don't do research into medicine. We do research into how can we enhance quality of life and take their stress points away, which is just as important.
Yeah. And to see all the different folks from all different walks of life and different industries all come together, dance to the dueling pianos. It was the music was outstanding. The presentation was to the point. It didn't drag on. It was the whole event was just fantastic. The Phoenix is a great place to hold that. It was easy to get in, easy to get out. And I know that you achieved your goal. You raised a lot of money. But there's never enough, right?
Looking forward to tallying it up, that's for sure. And now we're looking at a gala as being our next big event, and we need sponsors and auction items and raffle items for that event. So if people are out there and want to help us, we have our motorcycle ride planning for that is getting underway. We're doing our first planning meeting on October 13th. So if you like motorcycles and you want to help us make the best ride in the city happen for the third year in a row, get in touch with us. Find a way to get involved.
Mm-hmm. And your website is dragonfly.org. Everything you need to know about the Dragonfly Foundation is on there. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to help the Dragonfly Foundation right now, you can pick up your smartphone and text the word WINGS15, WINGS15, to 71777, and they're a very secure website. It's going to open up and allow you to donate anything from $5 to $50,000, whatever makes you feel good about helping out the Dragonfly Foundation today. So the Grand Gala is in February on the 22nd. Your 10th your 10th annual Dragonfly Golf Classic is on May the 11th. And you know what? It's going to be here before you know it.
things fly by, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And we're also now part of the combined federal campaign. So if there are government workers and retirees that want to donate through the combined federal campaign, it's a way that they can make annuity and pledges and have it go through the government with matching.
All right. If you have a real estate question or you just want to know the value of your home, call me. I'm open for business. The Rock and Roll Realtor at rockandcincy.com. Don't forget to hug your kids, call your parents, kiss your spouse every day. Tune in next week at 9 for another exciting show. Coming up next is Wesley Adams and the Car Tech Show. This is a live recorded version of Blues and Ivory of the one-hit wonder by Pat Upton and the Spiral Staircase, dedicated to my dear friends Kathy and Lee, getting married today. I love you more today than yesterday.
Every time I kiss your lips, my mind starts to wonder. And if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday. But not as much as tomorrow. And I love you more today than yesterday. Every day's a new way. Every time I kiss you, every day's a new way. Every time I love you.
Call me, Gary Rossignol, at 513-777-2402 for your real estate needs. I want to help you. Here's a big thank you to my regular major sponsors who make this show possible, as well as